I'm Julia Lee, an equities analyst at Bell Direct, and today we're joined by George Boubouras, the Chief Investment Officer at Contango Asset Management. He's here to talk about the Contango Income Generator, a new listed investment company that will be traded on the ASX just like a share. First of all, I'd like to welcome George and thank him for his time. And I'd like to start by asking him, George, why would an investor consider a product like a Contango Income Generator when there are so many other products on the market?
The Contango Income Generator is different in the following way. It's going to be a listed investment company, so it's in a LIC structure where we're committed to distributing net 6.5% yield year in, year out. And then on top of that, we'll be distributing additional yield and franking where required. For example, the current portfolio has got a gross yield around about 7.5%, so we'll be distributing a little bit more than our target through the cycle. It is a selection of 40 to 45 stocks that are outside the X30, so they are naturally there to complement your overweight to the major banks and Telstra, and it's a good way to incubate income outside of the major 30 companies to lower the volatility of your total portfolio.
So it looks like with most investors overweight the top 30 companies on the Australian stock market, investing out of the top 30 may be the way to go.
Just the Contango Income Generator Fund, it's not a substitute, it's to include for your major 30 portfolio out there that's quite volatile. It's meant to blend with that portfolio a selection of securities to incubate income outside of the big four banks and Telstra and help smooth out your income distribution in your portfolio.
Recently we've seen a spike in volatility, so I'm wondering how the Contango Income Generator would perform when markets are falling versus when the market is rising.
This type of portfolio outperforms markets when markets are weaker, and that's what the lower volatility, lower beta portfolio construction is all about. This is an existing wholesale product that's coming on as a LIC, a retail listed investment company. But basically, when the markets are volatile, this type of portfolio does quite well, and in return, you're giving up some upside. So if the market's up 10%, this type of security, this type of portfolio should be up around about 7-8%. If the market's down 10%, it should be down around about 7-8%. So low volatility is to be blended with your large cap holdings, and the way to look at it, you're getting 6.5% or more income year in, year out, plus or minus your capital gain or loss that is part of the normal part of the volatility of an equity market.
Most funds are overweight the big four banks. What about the Contango Income Generator? Is there any sectors that are overweight in this particular listed investment company?
Yeah, the sectors that would tend to dominate in the X30 outside of the large 30 stocks will be diversified financials, will be some utilities, some REITs in there would feature in that space. Where you'd be underweight would be the banking sector, because most of your banks are in the top, obviously 10 or 20 or 30 in Australia. So this is used as a good way to diversify your income with natural overweights to diversify financials, which is expanding in Australia. Listed property trusts or REITs and some utilities will be the natural overweights for this type of portfolio.
George Boubouras, Chief Investment Officer at Contango Asset Management, thank you so much for joining us. Applications for the IPO for the Contango Income Generator are now open. Bell Direct is a co-manager, so for the prospectus or more information, please go to the Bell Direct website, www.belldirect.com.au. Applications are now open and will close of business on the 29th of July 2015.